Hey there, everybody. Oh my goodness. My hair hates the cold weather. Absolutely hates the cold weather. Oh, but that's not what the topic is about now, is it? It's not about that at all. I'm down here at my office getting ready for an appointment in the next half hour and with an exceptional, beautiful client of mine. And I thought I should just pop in here real quick and do my conscious coffee really quick with you guys. So have coffee and shall conscious it up, right? So the topic of today is to just step away, And here's the thing. I was thinking about some different things, and I have what got me started on this and just the realization, and it's the remembrances that we call lessons that I do try to consciously share on these coffees with you guys. And one of the lessons that keeps coming up in multiple ways that I see coming up around different things for my clients and even in my personal life is to just recognize when it is time to step away from something. Now, when I use the words step away, I know that I've told different people, you just need to step away from that. And they go, well, I don't want to quit the relationship. I don't want to quit the job. I don't want to quit the this, the that, the blah, 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 blah. Well, sometimes what ends up happening for us is that we end up with all this drama that gets stirred up in our life, and it is so much drama, and if you'll notice, the drama will cause severe negativity for you. So for instance, my daughter, my 16-year-old, almost 16-year-old daughter, she got a puppy for Christmas. And against my better knowing, I had agreed to this puppy coming in. And yes, beautiful, cute puppy. And so everybody assures me that this dog is smart, but I'm questioning that right this very second. I love animals. I really have quite a mellow spirit when it comes to animals and everything. But this puppy is pushing her luck with me. It's just like this constant irritation, and she's just like getting her house broke and getting her not to chew on stuff and getting my daughter to do what she needs to be doing as far as the training process and all this different stuff. And if you've ever had a puppy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this morning I leave my house to take my 6-year-old to school. By the time I get back, I am in a great mood. I woke up in a good mood, went to, was listening to some good positive motivational stuff, did all this stuff that was really, really motivational. And then I come back in the house and I'm greeted to puppy disaster, puppy mess. And I just couldn't help it. I just my wobble in my energy just went floom. So it showed me that I was not overly grounded in the energy that I was in, which is one thing that we have to be conscious of when we're focusing in on our vibration, is how grounded in the vibration are we? Are we really, really, truly stable, or are we not stable? Because in truth, the puppy should not cause me to, be thrown off to such a great degree. But here's the thing. When things are so drama causing in our life, or even traumatic feeling in our life, depending on what the situation is, and it just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing, it wears us down. And when it has worn you down to a certain level, if you don't choose to step away from whatever it is that is wearing you down, you're going to notice that you're a lot more likely to wobble in your energy more frequently as soon as this thing comes up in your life than you would if you just stepped away from it. So I was working with a couple this last week. And they were having a whole bunch of different challenges around their relationship stuff. And one of the things that I told them to do was you need to just kind of step away from each other allow yourselves to disagree on this topic, to separate and to pull yourselves away. Like basically give yourselves a time out and step away from stuff. And don't go arguing over text message a lot. Don't argue, just keep bringing it up, because you have to ask yourself, Do you want to be right about something, or do you want to feel good? Hopefully you answer that you want to feel good. I mean, if you get right down to it, ultimately, if you want to have that fuck yes life, if you want to have that life that is, creating exactly what you want, and you're living in joy and happiness, you're drawing in the things that you want, then you have to do that from a place of feeling good. And that's only going to happen if you aim to consistently be feeling good, which also means to step away from the drama, to step away from the things that are causing you stress, that are causing you anxiety, that are not aligning to the vibration, the frequency that you are vibing at, that tends to pull you down. Recognize that you can be thrown off of your vibration by these other sources. It is not that they are necessarily trying to throw you out of whack, but you are allowing them to throw you out of whack, much like I've allowed the puppy to throw me out of whack this morning, and it's like just trying to get back into the groove of not, having such anger toward. I am so sorry. Somebody is just like text. It's sweet text, but this is text. But if like I've done with this puppy, I've allowed it to, completely throw me off spectrum, right? For a time frame. Then it requires work, focus, attention to get yourself back into alignment where you could just be in alignment. And then when you stay in alignment and you just keep that moving and you keep growing on that, then your wobble tends to be less and you can get grounded in the vibration that you're in. But if you consistently allow things to step in to throw you out of whack, then you're going to wobble back and forth, and it's like you never really get up the momentum to just really get in there and start doing the creation work that you want to do. I know that I did a video last week on a yo-yo energy. And this is where this video kind of goes, this live goes definitely with the yo-yo video, because we end up being the yo-yo if we don't learn when to step away from something. When to hit the pause button would be another way of looking at it. Sometimes we want to pause. Sometimes we need to actually physically remove ourselves from a space, from a situation. Maybe it's temporary, maybe it's long-term, maybe it's permanent. Each scenario is going to be unique to itself, but you have to really look at what that is, like define where you need to step away, how you need to step away. And the truth of the matter is that you're going to find this in your relationships. You're going to find this in different things going on in your house, at your work. It might even be your job, unfortunately. If it's causing you that much anxiety and that stress, and you have to say, do I really want to, is it really worth it to sit here and to keep doing what I'm doing, being around the people that I'm being around, having the friends that I'm having, living the life that I'm living, if it's doing nothing more than causing me to contract, to feel negative charges, to be in a low vibration, to be angry, to be depressed, to be upset, to feel like I never am enough, or I'm too much, or I don't matter, or whatever those statements might be that could be running through your head. When you have that consistently going through your space, your mental and emotional space, then you have to ask yourself, is this truly worth it? How is this serving me? Because the only way anything should be serving you is to help you feel good about yourself, to bring you into a space of feeling overall well-being. And from that state of well-being is how you create everything else. So if something is just nagging at you, step away from it. Just step away. Just step away. I know that might sound easy. It might sound a heck of a lot easier than what it really is. But once you do step away from those things, once you do apply the space to it, you're going to be pleasantly surprised at the results that you can have. And yeah, total chaos tends to come when we are trying to form a more peaceful life. But the way we manifest the life that we really truly want to have is from a peaceful state of being, also known as a well-being state, a harmonic state, that state where you are feeling good the majority of the time. You're going to have some ups and downs, but you should be feeling good the majority of the time. That's how you maintain a high frequency vibration. That's how you really truly get into that groove and get that momentum going so that you can manifest exactly what you want. It's the low vibration individuals that never found their path that tries to knock you off. Like, I need to say hi to everybody too. I see a whole bunch of people on here. Thank you for saying that. Good morning, Tom. I had Roger, Debbie. Oh my goodness. Morning, Chad. Addison, hey. Julianne, Mohammed, a whole bunch of people. Good morning to everybody on here. Good morning, David. Yeah, and it's, you know, to make a point, the statement that was made here, shared on Messenger for the live, is it's the low vibration individuals that never found their path that tries to knock you off. And I'm going to encourage, you're right. You're absolutely right. Those things can knock us off. It's the lower vibrational things. They pull us away. That's where the drama, that's where the emotional battles come from. I've noticed a lot of pattern around that when I'm at a really high space, that people in my life, different people in my life will actually go into negative spirals until I just go, okay, fine, I'll go there with you. And as soon as I go there, then it's like they increase, it's like, oh, yay, feeding time. And they start to feel better because they now have company in their negativity. And my ex-husband actually just reminded me a few days ago. He said, oh my gosh, yeah, you have that going on again, huh? It's like probably like living with me again, kind of on some things, because I used to tell him that he had a light aversion, and light meaning high frequency, high vibration. So to be full of light, full of joy. And towards the end of our marriage, I would come home from doing spiritual trainings and being around some beautiful people and everything. And I would be so elevated, so ignited and turned on to life. I would come in and he would get pissed off. He would end up in these rip-roaring verbal battles, I remember, in the kitchen, because he was mad as heck at me for being so excited, for being so positive, for being so turned on to life. So we would fight, and I used to tell him that he had a light aversion, that he just could not handle the light coming at him. He could not handle well-being coming at him, because that's where he was at. That was where he was vibing at 10 years ago at that point in our relationship. And now I've noticed that is kind of a consistent thing. I think we all do it to a degree where we don't realize. I don't believe that it is a conscious action for the most part. 95% of the time, 98% of the time, it's probably not a conscious action. But you might notice that when you're really vibing high, all of a sudden the moths will come, and it's like they want you to feel their pain. They can't handle that intensity of good vibe around them, so they want to kind of like smother it, to pull it down, to decrease it. But it is a subconscious thing. At that same point, when I make that statement, you have to also realize that if you say they're doing it, then what you're doing is you're giving your power away to somebody else. So it is actually decreasing your vibration to give them your power, to say you are doing this because you don't want me to succeed, because you don't want me to feel this way, because you don't want this, you don't want that, all this different stuff. So change the statement to I need to stop making myself available to people who are low vibration. I need to just step away. And that's what this whole live is about, right? Is to recognize, hey, I feel my energy getting pulled right now. I feel myself being pulled down a little bit. So it's time to step away. No matter who that is, no matter what the scenario is, just hit the timeout button and go, time out. You know what? I love you. I appreciate you. I can see what you're going through, but I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm not going to be affected by this. You know, call me in the morning when you've changed your mood a little bit, when you're up a little bit in vibration. And they might go, oh, you don't care, you don't understand, you don't blah, 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 blah. Just assure them, hey, I love you, but I'm not going to allow this energy into my life. I'm not going to have this. I'm going to create some separation here, give us some breathing room so that you can bring yourself up, and I'm not going to get pulled down by that energy. There's nothing wrong with taking that selfish stance with anybody in your life, whether that is your lover, your partner, your best friend, your mother, your sister, your child, even a colleague at work. To take that stance, even though it might feel a little bit selfish on that front side and make you feel a little bit of guilt. Realize that when you feel that guilt, when you have that like, whew, I can't believe I'm doing this, that's just you arguing with your true self. And because that is the societal programming that you should give a shit more about what somebody else's feelings are and what they're going through, so you should lower yourself. You should come into this state of like lower energy to connect with that person. But you do not need to bring yourself to that state to connect with them. Keep yourself at a high state. You'll do the world and them a heck of a lot better if you manage to maintain your higher vibration and just move yourself out of that situation, to step away from it and then come back and go, hey, I'm really sorry, like the next day, a week later, whenever it is that they pull their head out of their vibrational butt and actually, tackle things a little bit differently, bring themselves up. But you can always come back and say, hey, I'm sorry that you were going through that, but here you go. What can I do to support you now, when they're in a different frequency? So look at those areas. It does not always mean stepping away has multiple views on that, and you want to make sure that you're never putting yourself into that victim mentality, because anytime you put yourself over into a victim mentality, you lose your vibrational charge. You're going to decrease yourself. You're bringing yourself down at that lower state, and you're actually meeting them where they're at. So do not turn your frequency over to them and put them in charge of it by saying that they are trying to do something to you, or that you are being pulled down by them. Take the responsible action to step away, move out of that, keep your frequency at the highest possible frequency that you can, and go find your bliss, go find your joy, go find something that feels good, where you can increase and remain strong in who you are. All right, let me see. One more comment. Yes, they see your vibration, momentum, and are actually trying to stop it. When we thinking everyone are encouraging each other, they are actually trying to stop you. Only subconsciously, some people, and that is just a subconscious vibrational thing. It just feels, it really truly, if you think we've all had low depression times, angry times, and it's kind of hard to be around people who are flying high when we're not flying high. And that charge just kind of causes a lot of anxiety and fear and stress in somebody, because nobody wants to lose another person in their life. And that's kind of what ends up happening. When one person starts flying high, then the person who's not flying high has that fear of loss. And even though that is not in soul alignment, because you cannot lose somebody in that essence, that's all about, we each are in charge of our own vibration, our own alignment to source, to our soul. But it's hard to see that kind of stuff when we're vibing low. But again, never, ever, ever give your power over to somebody else in any essence, because it does put you into a victim mode and pulls your energy down. It pulls you out of alignment, out of soul alignment. And if you really tap into that feeling, you're going to notice that when you get into that state, that it doesn't feel good. And if it doesn't feel good, then that means that you're not in alignment to soul, because your soul feels fucking amazing and knows exactly what it's supposed to be doing, and exactly the steps to take, and exactly the things to say and to do. So find that soul alignment through following what feels good. Okay, guys, I have my appointment that should be popping up here any minute. So I'm going to get off of here. I will make a couple quick announcements though. First being that you can hit the share button and share this video to support me, and to also get a simple little message out to everybody that you know on how to maintain a higher vibration. So if you know somebody who is into frequency, vibration, positive co-creation, abundance work, and all that good stuff, hit the share button. I thank those of you who have popped on here for sharing your loves, your likes, and your comments, and just supporting me through watching a little bit. You can follow me also at www.kendalwilliams.com. Keep following me here on Facebook or on my coaching page, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. You name it. I'm all over the place these days, so you can catch me all over there too. But I would also like to share with all the ladies, I just launched yesterday Yesterday. Yep, yesterday. I just launched Manifest Your Man, 10 hacks to manifesting a conscious lover. So local ladies to the DFW area, if you just search that on Facebook, or if you go to kendalwilliams.com and click on my events page, you will notice that March 23rd, that there is this beautiful workshop for ladies here in the Dallas area on teaching you the 10 hacks of how to manifest that conscious lover into your life. And what does a conscious lover look like? Well, go read all about it. You can also click the banner here on my page. Thank you, Addison. She just posted a direct link to that workshop. Or you can click the banner here on my profile page, as the write-up is on there as well. There are limited seats to that. But I am going to be recording it, and I'm going to be doing an online workshop as well. So if you are not in the Dallas area, know that there will be an online workshop coming out for that. Probably in early April, hopefully. The other thing that I would like to make a quick announcement on is that Addison Bell and I, on April 6th, will be teaching a beautiful workshop, also local here in the DFW area, called Seeing the Other Side, an experiential journey into your sex. And this is going to be a phenomenal workshop where we're going to teach you about your sex in a completely new light and how to look at things completely differently. So we're going to work you through some intensive, powerful experiential exercises, walk you into the depths of your beautiful sex, and let you see how beautiful you really truly are and the power that resides in your sex. So let us share that with you on April 6th. Again, you can find that on my website or on Addison's website. So www.kendalwilliams.com. Click on the link, the events tab. Click on it. If you're watching this, the link is here in the comments as well to each one of those workshops. So as always, stop existing, start living. I will catch you tomorrow with another conscious coffee, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.